Welcome back, Jeff Pistola with you at a rather chilly Birdwood Oval, but it always warms the cockles of our heart when we get to chat with this man, the erstwhile president of Birdwood Football Club, Brendan Loechel. Brendan, thanks for your time, mate.
No worries, Pistols.
Good, and first you've got to be impressed with the boys at the moment. Only 14 points in it, but coming in with a depleted side, a few late withdrawals, and racked with injury over the first 4 rounds, but certainly having a dip today against one of the favoured teams.
Yeah, we're battling away. We are. There's some, obviously the weather brings the game back a little bit, but we are actually going, pretty well. We're sort of, you can see what we're trying to do. We can see what Kersbrook are trying to do, and it's just a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment. But yeah, no, we're wrapped with our endeavour. Yeah.
Fantastic. Because big day today. Actually, got to admit to you, I actually was here at the 1965 grand final because my brother, 18 years old, was playing for Stirling against Birdwood. I don't know how they got to play the grand final with Birdwood on their own ground, but that's another story in the old Torrens Valley. And he's actually learned his ruck craft because that day was opposed to a wily old bloke called Vern Mueller. But I remember that day. I was 9 years old here, mate, so I'm showing my age.
You are. Yeah, well, 65 Premiership reunion today, 75 A and B, and 25 B grade. 2005 B grade as well. So yeah, some good reunions there, and it's coming back playing on your home ground for grand finals, isn't it? Because we've gone into the roster system. So Hills HFL have come up with a good idea.
Yeah.
So we could be doing that, in the future as well.
Now, good community support, as you said, reunion days, it's always good to see the past players, but also community businesses, and it's really great to see, community businesses like JMS Rural getting involved, because naming rights sponsors here, and it's also been good enough to come on board with the Quarter While as a sponsor as well.
Yeah, Jared's great. Obviously, he's trying to increase his exposure out this way and into the hills. They're a Barossa-based company, rural fencing and things like that, so he's trying to increase his exposure out here, and we're trying to help him, so everything we can do to help Jared out. But yeah, obviously Oval naming rights sponsor is massive for us. Like I've said numerous times, when you're a small club, any financial help you can get is just fantastic, so it keeps us going. So yeah, we welcome Jared on board, and yeah, he's just been great for us.
Now, talking about small clubs, of course, Birdwood, just how the club's going at the moment. Not without juniors once again, which I find is a bit amazing. Got the just down the main street here, got the high school, but no juniors for a couple of seasons now. How you find that affecting the club? What happens to the juniors that you have got?
Yeah, so we got some older age under 14s playing at Lobethal at the moment, and we've got some younger age under 14s playing at Torrens Valley. So we are hoping that we can get that team back up and running. I think our under 11s at the moment, I think we've got 5 or 6 or 7 coming up from there. Whether they skip 12s and go to 14s or something. So yeah, we're certainly working on it, but it's just every club faces it over time. The high school's a bit of one of those things that everyone thinks because you've got a high school, but you punch on at the high school. You don't come and play for just because you go to school at Birdwood, you don't come and play for the footy club. We got Loby there, we got Torrens Valley there, we got Kersbrook there, we got Gumaraka there, we got Barossa there, kids from One Tree Hill. Kids from Anguston, Newry, all coming to Birdwood, but that doesn't mean they come play footy for you. So yeah.
But over the past, you look back over the past decade, and Birdwood's synonymous with winning junior premierships, and it just seems funny. Well, how does it affect your game day? Because obviously you have the 2 senior sides playing, but in the mornings as your gate takings down or your minutes fees are down.
Oh yeah, it certainly impacts. More so, like you say, your volunteers. You miss those parents of those kids. You miss the kids running the boundary. You miss the kids in the scoreboard. You miss the parents helping in the canteen, that sort of thing. But yeah, like it's like I think all 4 northern clubs, Gumaraka, Kersbrook are going well. Torrens Valley got some kids. Like it's just our turn. Like we've had them in the past, and Torrens Valley or Kersbrook haven't. Now Kersbrook are back with great numbers. Torrens Valley got some numbers, and it's our turn to not have numbers. But it's just you like to think it's cyclical, but I think even the big clubs are struggling with numbers when you look at what's not around anymore. I think you go to the Div 1, some of the bigger clubs there, and they're struggling with numbers as well. So
now, the future of football out here in the northern area of the league, how do you see it? Because we said a few clubs struggling with junior and numbers. How do you see it? Because there's a few channels suggesting that it might be a super club formed out here as the president of a club that has been tipped to be involved. Could you throw any light on that? Look us down the barrel there and just tell us any thoughts on that.
Oh, I think, maybe in the future there's a northern football club at Colts, if we got together. I think it'd be very hard to get a senior clubs across. I think we all have members. We're all answerable to our members. I can't speak for other clubs, but I'm pretty sure if you broached with Gummaraka, Kersbrook, Torrens Valley members, obviously we did have a look at a merger with Torrens Valley going back a few years, and you know, we didn't get as far as voting on it or doing anything like that, but Torrens Valley members voted or got together and decided to stay as their own. So, you know, it was, I think as senior clubs, everyone's going to fight to maintain their identity. I think if we could get together maybe as junior clubs and have a pathway forward, so you can have moddies in Torrens Valley, moddies in Gum, moddies in Birdwood, but then if we got together to form a senior, like a under 14s or 17s, a sustainable group and a model that kept going forward, I would be all for those discussions for sure. Because I think then, you know, the parents know this is where your kids go, and then once you pass the 14s and 17s age group, you go back to the club where you're registered as moddies and things like that. So I think that's a model that could work. But again, there's a lot of water to go under a bridge there first.
I know you did it pretty successfully a couple of years ago with Gummaraka, and you had the composite jumper and everything, half black and white, half red and white. So it can be done, as you said, and it's all about getting kids out playing footy, isn't it?
It is, and if you think of the kids first, the kids don't care. They don't. They're not. The parents care, and that's fair, and I understand that. But kids, they're not synonymous with the jumper at the age of 14 yet. You know, they're proud of the club they play moddies for, and we're proud of the moddies that wear red and white, and Torrens Valley are proud, and Gum are proud, and Kersbrook are proud. But if you get then to a sustainable model where you join after that, yeah, I think that could work. But it's a lot of water to go on the bridge, like I said.
And overall, as we said, perhaps not the start of the season that you would have liked in the senior side of things because of with injuries and stuff there. But all you can say is some young men getting some A-grade experience out there at the moment and having a real crack, which as a president and as the coach and even the supporters and the old-timer premiership players here, that's all they could ask for, and they're having a crack here this afternoon.
Yeah, and I mean, it happens to other clubs. It's just our turn at the moment. Like, we're up to, I think we've played 33 in the A grade already. Yes. We're in round 4, and we've played 55 in the B grade. You know, now, you know, that's...
The president does have to bring the boots each week now, does he?
Well, the president nearly had to line up in the forward pocket in the B's the other week, but that's all right. It's just our turn. Like, you know, there's no reason, there's no rhyme. It just happens. Hopefully we'll get a few more back next week and get a few more back the week. Nothing is really long term except young Lockie Parkin broken ankle at training.
Yeah.
So at training. So you just get these things sometimes. I don't know why. But
I heard bring the mouth guards to training, but that's ridiculous.
No, we're going to spas and saunas for the next 6 weeks. President Status said that, so that's what we're doing. So yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Barchie, always great to catch up with you. And once again, thank you very much for the hospitality of the Birdwood Football Club. We love coming out here, and you will be your assistants and everything. And all the best for the rest of the season. We'll let you get back. No doubt the stories will be getting really long now with the Premiership Heroes later in the day.
They're going pretty well. They haven't come out of the club rooms for the last day. We gave them a free feed, so of course they're all in there eating free food, but they'll be out for the second half, so that's great. Thanks, Bishop. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Call to Wild half time. Our special guest has been Brendan Loechel from the Birdwood Football Club. Back with more shortly.